Hey y'all, I just wanted to check in and let you know I did an interview with Jordan Jones and we had a wonderful time. So I'm going to add a little clip at the end of this. This is for our Dinner and Jazz series. Our next one is going to be August 21st, 2021 at 7:30. So head over to Eventbrite and get your tickets. Look for Dinner and Jazz. So here's a little bit more about Jordan.
What new projects are you working on? You working on any new projects? So wait a minute. Okay, so I haven't, the Foley question is, close to the end, but what was it like opening up for
No, it was amazing, don't get me wrong. I wish that I would have enjoyed the moment. I was so nervous. I didn't talk that whole day.
Really?
Like my mom would tell you, I did not say a word. She's like, Jordan, what do you need? Like I was a wreck, but I also felt like this is it. This is my big break. Like I've been waiting on this. I remember putting on Facebook, I've been waiting on this my whole life. And and then I've had moments like Parliament, Solange,
right,
that I knew this was it. And then nothing happened for the next 9 months. But I also remembered and learned, if you're not ready for your blessing, you can't perpetuate it. And I know in that moment, opening for Parliament Funkadelic, I learned so much. Those musicians were the best musicians I'd ever seen. I'd see them on their bus, I'd see them backstage. All they did was play or practice, like it was a true extremity of their body. And so that taught me, like, oh, that's how I want to be. I want to be that good. I want to be that serious. But at the same time, I wish I just would have taken a moment and stopped thinking about what I thought was going to come out of this rather than enjoy the moment. So I've taken that, because that was a long time flies, man. That was a while ago. So learning that and applying it to my current day life, like I always am very sure to be in the moment, but the way it came about was just so funny. I was just home from college and I was done with classical music. Mm-hmm. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, I'm gonna quit playing cello. And a curse word was on the tip of her tongue. Mm-hmm. Like, what do you like? I know.
Did she say anything? And she was like, oh,
she kind of stopped herself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know that she got a flashback and PTSD of all the Sundays of taking me to SMU to practice, and now she'll tell you. That's a bitch. I was about to slap. But
what you mean?
What you mean you quit? But I remember her kind of pulling back and saying, like, Jordan, how about you play another genre of music? And so I went to that open mic night and played a horrible set with a band. Horrible. I didn't know what I was doing. And then Foley, I didn't know who he was at the time, came up to me and was like, yeah, I did what you're doing, man. I did. I see what you got. I'm just like,
so when you were here at Arts, although you were trained for classical, did they not introduce you to other genres? Or how does that work? You know what I mean?
You have the availability. At least when I was here, the last 2 years, you could start taking, other electives. Some people got into this, but I mean, and this is when I run into Booker T students, past, present, going in. I tell them the education and training here, top notch. But do not let them sink you into one box.
Right.
Graduating Booker T, I thought if I didn't get into top 5 orchestra, Dallas, New York Phil, San Francisco Phil, Boston Phil, I was a failure. No one told me you can make a lot of money doing recording sessions. No one told me you can make a lot of money playing.
Really?
No. And that's why I tried it. I think now they do a better job of getting you into different sections of your art. If you are a theater person,
right,
doing costuming, doing set work, doing stage manager work.
You see, I just thought that it would be like that in in the music department?
In the music department, kids came in knowing what they wanted to do.
Okay.
Kids came in knowing I'm going to be a jazz drummer. Kids came in, I know I'm going to be a guitarist, rock.
Right.
I knew I was going to be a classical cellist.
Right.
No one made me. I know I took Latin percussion for like 2 years. It was a lot of fun, but I also needed some hours, right? So no one told me, no, we're going to force you to learn how to read charts in jazz combo. No one told me we're going to teach you how to do this over here. So I had a very narrow-minded path, what I wanted to do, and it also added to me being devastated when I didn't necessarily accomplish those things in the timeline that I wanted to be in.
So it's so funny that you say that. I'm 56, and so thank you. And so, you know, I came to Arts Magna because I wanted to be an actor, singer, dancer, entertainer, and you know, realized after the first, you know, production that I was in that I stank. But I had more fun in the costuming department, right? So after 10th grade, I decided to go to Skyline, right? And I was very active in fashion here in Dallas. Chauncey is what they used to call me. Did fashion shows everywhere, traveled with Proline, just did all kinds of stuff like this. You know, because I was going to be a world famous fashion designer, you know, and I worked here in the industry. Made it to head designer for a couple of companies, and it was still kind of something missing a little bit. And so I'm saying all of that to say it's funny how you have an idea of, or you have an idea of what you think your journey is going to be.
100%.
But it you know, it doesn't go like that.
It's not.
You know?
I mean, I think 100%
like
of the time it doesn't.
Because I would have been rich and famous by now.
Oh, hands down.
Right?
Hands down. I'm very blessed and doing okay, but like, it would have been totally different.
Exactly.
And I also think going to Booker T, they tell you about Erica. They tell you about Nora. They tell you about Edie. They tell you about what 2 years ago, 5 kids got into Juilliard. Like, that's who they tell you about. They don't tell you like someone is wealthy, healthy, happy, sewing costumes in the back of Windsphere.
Exactly.
Spoke my truth. Sorry, but yes, I appreciate you being so transparent in your journey, because it is up and down. I'm telling you, when I work with salons, I was like, oh no, Beyonce is probably around the corner. Period. And then also seeing other classmates.
What was that like? Is her energy just...
It's amazing. She smells good. She looks good.
Really?
She just like, she's so kind. And it showed me something that I wanted to be in my future. She had the means and the resources to create art in real time. Like, no, take that off. No, put that on. Who's the costume person? Tell them to do this instead of that. Or no, tell them to, I want the choreography to be this way. Now I want it that. You know what? Scratch that.
Right.
Let's go to Martha. Let's do this. I want a desert. Like, give me that, please.
So cool.
Yes, that's what I want. So instead of feeling that I need to be a part of this, I took it as that's what I want.
Exactly.
And I think that's a difference between working with Parliament, years later working with Salon.
Right.
And I'm grateful to have made that change in my heart and my mindset to take every moment, like, not what can it do for me,
right,
but how can this inspire me, and how can this show me a path that might fit in with something that I want to do.
Exactly.
And,
exactly. That's cool.
Thank you.
I'm having so much fun. I'm just saying.
It's really great.